My name's McKenzie. I'm a strategic planning director, which is kind of like the geek in an advertising agency. And I work for an agency called Target McConnells in Dublin. Big data is potentially very useful, but I do have a caveat in my own mind about how well it can be used by clients. It's potentially very useful because, for example, if you have a large customer database, it's great to know who's doing what business with you, when they're doing it, and any feedback they might have in terms of customer service, for example. So that's great to have those data points. And then you can offer, if you like, a better tailoring in terms of a package for your next customer. So if you like X, you might like Y. Or if you've been happy with service A, you might want to buy service B from us. I think that makes perfect sense when you do it that way. But too often I think people think big data can be almost a promise that requires almost a huge input from the company in order to deliver a huge result for the company, and it requires a lot of manipulation of data points, and that can get very complicated. Because in a lot of cases, we don't have the skill sets to really dig down into big data sets and use those properly in order to extract most value for them. So there's a lot of hype around them, but often there's, I think, a deficit of skills in terms of being able to get the best from the data sets. I think no matter how small you are as a company, you should always have some form of data-led thinking. Now, it doesn't mean you need to have big data sets that you can show on a laptop that kind of whiz by at the speed of light. It just means you should be able to have good, reasoned inputs as to saying, well, we tend to do well in this month because, we tend to do well among this kind of customers because, we tend to not do well against our rivals in this area because. And those kind of statements or arguments are always informed by data, even if it's just data from what you see in the shop floor, data from what you see in your own cafe, data from what you see when you look at your website. You tend to know what's going on yourself. You have an implicit understanding of what's going on. If you've got any kind of sales figures or customer feedback reports, that kind of stuff can feed into that decision-making process I've just talked about. So no matter how small the operation, you should be able to have some guesstimate based on an implicit understanding of data of literally what's passed in front of your eyes, what your staff tell you is happening on the shop floor or what's happening in the call centre. They are also data points.